Okay, stop. Live, all right. Zero watching.
Zero?
All right, let me hook up my microphone.
It's not live.
There's a little bit of a delay. Let me see if I can manage that.
I'm almost done.
How's it going studying for the test? Yeah, chapter 7 is usually the toughest for most students. I think it's plugging all those formulas into the calculators. It's really easy to make a mistake, so try not to get discouraged. I would say the best way to prepare for the first exam is to work the practice exercises that are posted in D2L. Those exercises are very similar to the ones that you're going to see on the exam. When is the chapter 7 discussion due? Let me check. No sound. Oh no. Okay, so everybody can hear me now? So what I was saying is, let's see, who was it? So Carolyn was asking if there's anywhere else you can go for more information. And what I was saying is that I have specific videos for specific topics and some other resources. And the best way is to just contact me about particular problems that are giving you trouble, or even just general topics. And you can either send me an Ask My Instructor email, or you can log into D2L and send me an email and just say I'm having trouble with this particular topic. And I'll do my best to communicate with you about where to get good resources. Sometimes I'll even make a new video, or I'll just write out some notes for you. So if you just wanted to log in and get your name on here so you can get your bonus points, that's fine. But if you want to, you can hang out and ask questions, and I can even try to work problems like on a whiteboard. While I have you guys here, let me show you where that review for the test is in D2L. So if you go to our D2L homepage and you go to Proctored Exam 1 Materials, you see how there's a folder for Chapter 12 and a folder for Chapter 7. And by the way, Chapter 7 is the bulk of the material on the test. So here underneath there is Proctored Exam 1 Instructions. Click on that. There are some sample questions from Chapter 7. and formulas from Chapter 7. And if you look at the formulas from Chapter 7, it tells you which ones you do not need to memorize and which ones you do. So right here it says the following formulas will not be provided on the test. You know, I just realized, I don't know if you can see this. Hold on. Let me redo it. Try again. Hello, hello. Now you can probably hear my dog too. Let's see. Sample questions are worth points as well. No, but they're just like the ones on the test, so. I think I know why you're having trouble hearing me. I think I figured it out. Here we go. Yeah, that should fix it. Now I should be able to show you the screen and you should still be able to hear me. So let me see here. Have you tried the sample questions? So the questions on the test are going to range in difficulty. So a lot like the questions on the sample questions. So the reason I'm mentioning that is a lot of times, and I think in this chapter, people get a little overwhelmed with some of the harder problems, but they're really not all, hard problems. So you don't have to get 100% of all of the, questions right. So keep that in mind. So for one thing that you can do that's going to be important is when you look at the sample questions, just to ask yourself if you know which formula that you're going to have to use for that particular item. So that's going to be important because a lot of the formulas are provided and it's just going to be a matter of recognizing which one to use and being able to plug into it. So just keep that in mind. For example, here, number 1, it says find the future value of the deposit if the account pays simple interest. So simple interest is the one that uses the formula P equals IRT, interest times rate times time in years. So that's one of the simpler problems. Let me see if I can show you how to work it real quick. Okay, so hopefully I'm doing this right and you can see my screen and hear my voice at the same time. So what I was saying is when you see simple interest, you need to know that you're using the simple interest formula, I equals PRT, right? So you're going to just plug in principal times rate times time, and they're telling you $760 is the deposit in the account, so that's the principal. So P is going to be 760, and you need to know that pretty much always you're going to use the decimal form of the percentage. So the rate, the interest rate is 0.04, and then the time in months, this is sort of tricky here. This can happen on the test. So 9 months, the time is always measured in years. So that's 9/12, 9 months out of 12 months of the year. So you have to put in 9/12 there. Okay, and then you're just going to multiply that out, and that's going to give you how much interest. However, you're going to have to then add that amount back to the $760 that was originally in the account to find the future value of the account. So that's just an example. Very likely you see a problem just like that on the test. Now, by comparison, problem number 2, you're going to, let's see, nope, still simple interest. So you know that you're looking at PRT again. But this one is compound interest. So you need to know that when you see compound interest, that you need to look for either PERT or P times 1 plus R over T to the NT. So in this case, the way you tell the difference is you use PERT if you see the word continuously. You use principal, you say, let me say, amount in the account is principal times E to the RT. And if it says any other thing besides continuously, like annually or monthly or something like that, you're going to use P times 1 plus R over N to the NT. So you have to decide which one to plug into. Okay, so does anyone have any questions you want me to look at? I know that the this semester is really fast-paced and this first test is really challenging. Let's see, Amy asked, will there be a question like our Chapter 7 discussion on the exam? Well, the Chapter 7 discussion is would be too much for a single question on the exam, let's put it that way. But you're going to need to recognize, like, for example, elements of how to calculate a monthly payment and things like that. So that's why I said it's a good idea to, work out the Chapter 7 discussion before the exam because it's good practice. But no, it would be like little pieces of that we might ask on the exam. Good question. Let me see if I can find a question off the review that relates to the Chapter 7 discussion. Let's see here. Do you get extra points for going to tutoring? No, not specifically, but if you go to tutoring, you can get help with your study plan, and the more time you spend on the study plan, you get bonus points at the end of the term, and also the more topics that you complete on your study plan, you get more bonus points at the end of the term. So indirectly, yes, you would get bonus points that way. Okay, so here's an example off of the sample questions. This is number 13 on the review in D2L that relates to the Chapter 7 discussion. It says, find the monthly payment needed to amortize principal and interest for the following fixed rate mortgage. And they give you the mortgage amount, the term of the mortgage, and the interest rate. And you'll notice that they give you a table, and so that table tells you how much of a monthly payment it costs for each $1,000 of mortgage. So what that would mean is you would need to find the percentage rate, 10% row, and you would need to find the 25 column for 25 years, and you would see that looks like that's 9.08701. So that's $9 and almost 9 cents a month for each $1,000. So all you would need to do is to multiply that times the number of thousands. So how many thousands of dollars of mortgage? 106.5 thousand. So you would multiply 106.5 times that value. Okay. So that's part of what we're talking about in the Chapter 7 discussion. Oh, I also want to mention that I do have live chat hours from 2:30 to 3:30 on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Today I'm doing the YouTube live just to see how that goes, but you can also Skype with me. There's instructions in the syllabus on how to find me on Skype. So I see there's still one person here. Who's still here? That's interesting. Learn something new every day. anyone just logged in who is my student, be sure to type your name to get your bonus points. And if there's something you want me to talk about, just let me know. I'm going to be here for another 20 minutes till 3:30. And by the way, normally, hi Wilnick. Thanks for logging in today. Let me know if you have any questions. We've been talking about where to find the sample questions in D2L. The best way to prepare for the exam is to look at the sample questions. I'll pull those up again. So to see where they're coming from, we're going to go to our course homepage. And you're going to go to your Proctored Exam 1 materials. You see there's information about Chapter 12, Chapter 7, and then Proctored Exam 1 instructions. And in there, we have 2 documents you're going to want to take a look at. There's the Chapter 7 questions that are sample questions for the test. And then there's formulas and this will show you which formulas you have to memorize and which will be provided. So that's an important one. Sure, go ahead and tell me whatever questions you have. By the way, can you Oh, that's a good question. Okay. So there is a document in D2L that might be helpful. Trying to address that. Let me show you. Proctored Exam 1 folder. scroll down and Proctored Exam 1 instructions. How to determine which formula to use. So definitely, that's one of the challenges of this chapter. So this is a document with some hints in it.
Mommy, Lummy.
Just a minute, sweetheart.
Please, I need to. Did you notice I took off my lipstick?
Mm-hmm. You will see some sample exercises and be shown which formula to use. What I use as a guide when I'm working a problem is the quantities that I'm given. And of course, what I'm looking for. If you, yeah, I understand. It can be confusing. One thing, let me show you. I'm going to open the formulas document. The formulas will be formatted in exactly the same way. Which is to say, you will be told which values each variable stands for. So, here, for example, so with the unearned interest formula, rule of 78. Okay, oftentimes it'll indicate that you're supposed to use the rule of 78. But more than that, look how in this box, this green box, you see which variables. So you know that you must have the original finance charge, the number of payments, and the remaining scheduled payments given to you in the problem. That is the only way you can use that formula. But also, that is the only formula that's using all of those exact things. So often when you're given, the information you're given will dictate the formula, and you can kind of match it up. So that's what I do. Also, don't forget about the ebook. Because looking through their examples will help to organize the types of problems. You know, in your mind. Was there a specific problem you wanted to see? You can use a paper and pencil. Is the Proctor service saying otherwise? Yes, for the exam. It's confusing because you are not allowed notes, and the Proctor service instructions don't distinguish between notes and working out math problems. But yes, you can use paper. The worst thing that can happen is you get flagged, which just means that the system has me review your video. So does that make sense? The system records a video of each student while you are testing, and it uses your body language, body movements, I should say, to determine if you are doing anything suspicious. Then it flags you if you do and sends me a message to look at the video. Good. So you have work at 3:30? Remember, you can email me anytime. Modern technology. I'm just gonna wait a few more minutes and see if anyone else logs in. Bye, good luck. One more minute. I'm gonna log out now. Thank you to everybody who stopped by and chatted.